One. Hello, everybody. This is Nicholas Tanek, your kinkyfriends.com. And oh my God, do I have a wonderful guest with me on this beautiful Friday in 2021. Things are changing, but not as fast as we like. And, but there's still room to have fun. My guest and I, of course, we're gonna talk about kinky stuff. We're gonna find out what mukbang is. We're gonna talk about feet, impact play, knife play, but another thing, which is is dear and close to my heart, burlesque. So that means garters, that means music, that means dancing. Please welcome the wonderful, the magnificent Bunny Vicious. Say hi.
Hey.
All right, what's going on? How you doing?
Doing good, doing as best as I can in this shitty ass time.
I know. So, okay, before we begin, and we will definitely get into detail. Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. I'm Bunny Vicious. I am Baltimore's first Black neo-burlesque performer. I have been a sex worker for about 20 years, doing burlesque for 10. And one of the things that I pride myself on with with sex work is sex magic. I'm a huge believer in sex magic and just using your orgasm to heal and to just like set yourself up for greatness. So I love doing that. I've been doing that for about 15 years. And let's see, I guess that's all. I like long walks on the beach and an occasional bong full of your best green.
So. Yeah. I've been doing edibles lately, and those things, like the legal ones you get from the store,
mm-hmm.
I made the mistake of like eating half of a candy bar.
Yeah.
And I was out of my mind.
Oh my gosh. See, oh, sorry.
And then we have like butter and oil, so we can put on like toast with avocado and like
Yes, my favorite is infusing olive oil and then using it in tomato sauce. Like weed and tomato sauce tastes so it's almost like a pesto, So like if you do like a weed, not even butter. I insist it has to be olive oil, weed and olive oil, and then do like kind of a pesto with it. Throw it in some tomato sauce. Seriously, so good.
I'm gonna try that.
Yes.
Awesome.
That's what I had on my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday. Remind me to talk about sex magic. But before we get into sex magic, tell us about the first time you were out as a kinky person or a sexually expressive person. Was it with one person? Was it at a munch? Was it at a club? Was it at a dungeon? Was it at a burlesque performance?
I would say it was before I was an adult, and I think I was just like I was very sheltered. And so when I finally had a boyfriend and I was making grades good enough to skip school and just have sex with him, and, like all day, like we would try all sorts of stuff. And I would go back and tell my girlfriend about it. And she was also, we went to the same church. We were very religious. But so she was still a virgin. She was like, well, I'm not going to do this, but you should try anal and then tell me how it went. And so then we would try anal. She's like, that's really cool. Did you try licking its butthole? So she would we would try these things and then I'd have to go like report back. And we're still best friends. I have her name tattooed behind my ear and everything. But so that would be I think my first inkling of actually just coming out. And like, I think that's when I started getting a taste of it all. And then when I went to college, oh man, like I just, that I was freed of my shackles. So I just went buck wild. So yeah, it would be, I guess at a frat party. I had a big old orgy. It wasn't even an orgy. It was like a gangbang. It was me and 3 other girls that I knew and a bunch of guys that filled the whole hotel room. And we just went at it. We had lots of, liquor, So,
my very good friend Luna, she had, and I write about it in Your Kinky Friends. Yeah. And she's been on this show many, many times. Mm-hmm. She has a thing, and she's still going for it too. Still trying to find the right people. She wants
Mm-hmm.
5 cocks at once. One in her
Yes.
butt,
5.
one in her butt, one in her vagina, one in her mouth, and one in each hand.
Hand. Okay. I'm
But
like,
check this
which
out.
hole is getting 2 dicks? I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I know. And it turns out that there has to be a guy laying down. She's on top of him, bending over, and then the guy's from behind. Yeah, but check this out. She's very picky about who she deals with.
Yeah.
She says her motto is "My submission is a gift."
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I love
And
it.
it goes. Oh,
Treat
she's
it
great.
as such.
It's great, and she goes to the point where she literally makes them fill out an application.
Fuck yes.
And on top of it, they have to write an essay.
I love that. Yeah, I love that. I wish I had that kind of like knowledge and confidence when I was that much younger. It took me to getting, I think, into burlesque to really like kind of claim it. Like, hey, I'm doing this shit for you. You better appreciate this shit. Yeah, I don't have to be here. I can take my talents elsewhere.
Okay.
Get
So
out of here.
before I forget, let's talk about sex magic, and that's MAJIK, correct?
Yes, you can spell it that way. There's different ways. You can do MAGICK. I've seen MAJIK. I just spell it the regular way because it's all the same thing. It's all the same thing to me. I kind of stumbled into sex magic. So I started a long time ago. I became a mother, and I wanted to learn how to what was it called, hypnobirthing. So I started learning about hypnobirthing, basically going into a meditative state so that your mind can bypass the pain and just push a baby out. And sometimes that leads to orgasmic childbirth. So a lot of times so like this is how I kind of went down the rabbit hole. I went to hypnobirthing, then I learned about orgasmic childbirth and how like it, you can just have to convince yourself this is not painful, and then you can, push it out, and then a lot of times you can have an orgasm. And so then after that, I learned about the art of sexual ecstasy. It's a book. And I cannot remember for the life of me. I wish I would have thought to look it up before I got on the show. But it's a book called The Art of Sexual Ecstasy. And I gobbled that book up. It was so good. And then she had a second one called The Art of Sexual Magic. And so that was 16 years ago when I read this. And I was like, all right, so I'm going to try it out myself. At first, it was something that I just did like by myself. You can do it solo or you can do it with a partner. So my first, not my first thing of sexual magic, but my more notable result would be me winning my car. So I was a stay-at-home mom. And I would watch, right? No, stay with me now. So I was a stay-at-home mom, and I would do laundry every morning, and I would watch, and I still watch the show. I watched it this morning. Let's Make a Deal. So I used to watch Let's Make a Deal all the time. And then I was like, yo, I'm going to go on here and I'm going to win this car. And I would like get so happy after watching the show like every day. And sometimes I would just go, and instead of like going and masturbating and just be like, oh, I'm trying to get this up, like that. It would be like, I'm masturbating, but also focusing on my goal. So I'm like, God, I'm going to get this car. And the whole time, I think this was kind of like an accidental element because I never thought to myself, I'm definitely going to go to California. I'm going to go out of my way to California and then go get this car. But I was just like, I need a car. It would be really cool if I could go to the show and get it, but like, I definitely need to get a car. So the first time I ever went to California, we tried to go, but it was our first time there. And I didn't realize what the traffic situation was going to be like.
LA is ridiculous.
Yes, it is terrible. So we missed it because we were stuck like some other side of town. I don't know, on some beach or something. So we missed it. The second time I went to LA, something else happened. Oh, I remember. I got there, and for some reason I wasn't able to rent a car. But luckily I had a friend out there, and she was just like, just stay with me, and wherever you need to go, I'll take you. But I felt weird asking her to get up early in the morning to take me to a game show. So that was, null and void. So the third time I went to California, I was there for my show. It was for Burlesque brought me to Cali. I have a burlesque and karaoke game show, and the finals are in LA. So the during the day, we're not doing anything. So I was like, I'm gonna go to this Let's Make a Deal. So I went and I won a fucking car. And I was like, I was stunned. I was stunned the whole time. And I sat in my rental afterwards. I was just like, I can't believe I did this. And the thing is, like, I call him my husband. I told my husband at the time, I was like, listen, I just won the car. He's like, no, you didn't. I was like, yes, the fuck I did. And like it was amazing. I don't know. So anyway, I feel like when you really focus your energy, because it's the biggest and most powerful energy we possess, is your orgasm. So when you can learn how to focus it and direct it into into what you need it to do, then you can be a very powerful person.
Well, so from masturbation to a free automobile.
Yes. And 10 grand. And 10 grand.
And 10 grand. Wow.
Yeah. I did that. I got my house that I'm in now. Where I'm at now, like the neighborhood is like really expensive. There's no way in the world that I'd be able to afford to live there. I found one person renting, one person in this area that's like all homeowners. And so now I get to say that I live in this specific, community. Even though I can't really afford it, but I'm here and I masturbated on it, so.
That's what next time I masturbate. Wait, does it still count if someone else masturbates you?
Yeah, it still counts. So that's the other thing. You can do it with a partner as well, but you both got to be in on the gag. Basically, you got to both be in on it. You can't just be like, "Let me fuck." Well, that's not true. You can fuck somebody and just have your own intentions, but I feel like it's more powerful if you both have the same goal.
It's funny. Yeah, I could just picture it now because I live with my dom.
Yeah.
And we don't live at 24/7, but she really likes my cock, and I could just see it now. She's like,
yeah,
your health is gonna get better.
And you have to do that. Like exactly. Like nice and slow. Like you're gonna get this job, boo. You about to get it. No. Let me hear you say it. You gotta affirm that shit. Let's do it.
So, okay. Now you do a lot of femdom work too, but some people, for them it's just work, and then in personal life it's a completely different story. Mm-hmm. What's it like with you? What are you? In other words, what are your personal kinks, not your professional ones?
My personal kinks. You know what? They kind of bleed together because I feel like if I'm going to be doing this, it has to be something that I absolutely want. The one exception is tickling. I hate being tickled, but I'll do it for money. I'll do it for money, but I hate that shit. But my personal kink is just being sensual and also being primal. I love it. Yeah, I love it when people can just like let go and just let that animal instinct take over,
Just throw you on the bed.
Yes, bite me a little bit, like growl in my ear, So I like also just like impeccable aftercare. So like I would love it. I feel like my ideal session would be something that's like really flowery flirting, and then maybe some deep French kissing and like heavy petting, and then I get my back blown out, So I like really sensual, passionate stuff. Okay. I guess you could say that's my key. And I'm also, oh shit, you know what? Better answer, more to the point. I'm a rope bottom. I like being tied up.
So do I. That'll be great. Now, you're Baltimore's first Black neo-burlesque performer. Yes. We'll get into burlesque in a bit, but Baltimore, and every time now I think of The Wire because of Baltimore. But like there are a lot of people of color in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. So what took so long for them to get a Black neo-burlesque performer?
It's a great question. It's a Black city. I I wish I honestly had the answer for you because there was plenty of white performers there, and we had black performers in DC, but nobody in Baltimore. And I think it's probably like an exposure thing because when I first got into it, I was under the impression that burlesque was dead. Like it died with Josephine Baker. Uh, so like I had no idea. I really feel like it might be just an access thing. It is an art form that like for instance Micah, which is the art school here, they have their own burlesque troupe, but I don't know that a lot of the inner city folks and the black folks in Baltimore are going to be checking out, a burlesque troupe in Micah. Like, I don't even know that they will know what it is. Well, when I started, they wouldn't know what it is. I feel like, people are a little bit more educated now, but yeah, I think it's just an exposure thing, to be honest. I think that's my.
Okay, we'll get to burlesque, but now the most important question. Mm-hmm. All right, it's not the most important question, but it's definitely a question that I did not look up before this interview. Okay. Because I wanted to hear it straight from you. What is mukbang?
All right, so mukbang is it's basically obnoxious eating dressed as ASMR. So I can, so I'll sit here, slurp up some pho. I would love that. Give me some ramen. So like I love it when somebody's like, let me buy you some lunch and let's have like a video conference. So like somebody will buy me lunch and then we'll have some time and I'm sitting there just slurping it up and they're like just shuddering and probably coming in their pants a little.
And when you speak, do you speak in that very low?
I do. I try to make it really comforting.
Have you ever done it with Indian food?
No, I probably should.
Because
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's very saucy. And I was thinking in New Orleans, because you're in New Orleans, right?
No, I'm in Baltimore.
You're in Baltimore. But in New Orleans, they have sauciers, which is like they pride themselves on the sauces. So it's messy, it's tasty.
That sounds good.
Indian food and stuff from New Orleans is really good. Mukbang.
Yes. Hold on. Let me see if I can get you some here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bunny Vicious. All right, let's talk about foot worship.
Yes.
The foot fetish in general seems to be the most acceptable and pretty much one of the most popular fetishes, as opposed to sissification, knife play, even role play in many ways, because some role play can get a little dark. Why do you think that is? Why do you think feet are accepted, worshiping feet, looking at feet and stuff like that? Why do you think that's accepted as a fetish more than other fetishes?
I think it is because it is safe. It's like safer than a taboo role play or with knife play. And I believe also like it's just like feet are exposed. They're always out in the open anyway. So I guess it's for somebody to appreciate them. It's just, I don't know. I guess it would be normal, especially in the summertime when you got some sandals out. But also on the other end, like what girl wouldn't want somebody to love her feet, and then pamper them and take care of them, So I feel like there's on the giving side or on the receiving side, it's acceptable because it's like, hey, I have somebody loving on my feet. But on the giving side, I think it's just it's seen as more innocent. Maybe I would think it's innocent.
Now some people keep their feet pristine with pedicures, and some have clients who like it dirty. Like the woman will walk through mud or food or just what's your style?
I'm clean. Can I be honest? Like, I like that people like my feet, but I don't even like feet. So I don't even like feet. So I have to keep them clean. And I especially don't like dirt. So I have to keep them clean. Yeah. I would prefer to keep them pedicured as well. It's been about I'm overdue, so it's just
Yeah.
I won't show you my feet right now.
You get a
Okay.
you need to get a client to pay for it.
I know. I've been trying. Like, look at my FetLife. I have an ad. I'm so serious. I'm not even joking. I was like, listen, it's been a while since I've had this pedicure, and I'm looking for somebody that will love all my feet because like times are hard. Like I'll send you pictures. I'll jerk you off, whatever you need. I need some. You need to do my toes, please.
Okay, just 1 second. I'll be back. 1 second.
Okay.
Oh.
You're good. Can you give me the fridge?
And we're back. All right, let's talk about knife play. How do you keep it safe?
So how do I keep it safe? I think for beginners, just so you get the feel of it, always do the back end of the knife, not like the sharp end. Just so you get the sensation of it and like kind of understand how to put it up against someone's skin or even your own skin and not hurt yourself. But once you're like past that, it's all about angles and pressure and awareness. You just got to know what angle you're at, how much pressure you're applying, but also be very aware, But I know some people want to be cut. I'm not a person that wants to get cut at all. Like, I just like the sensation of a sharp object on me. So
the knife's on you. You're not putting the knife on someone else.
I prefer to have it on me. Like one of my favorite things to do, absolute favorite things, is pour hot wax on me or on myself, and then have a partner scrape it off with a knife.
Yeah, fun. Now, one thing that's interesting about wax play, like I went to a festival, Kink festival, all over the guy's chest. They put the name of the festival in different colors.
Yes.
And there's so many different colors. What's your favorite color for wax play?
White, because it looks like cum. I love it. Like, that's easy answer, easy question.
All right. So, impact play. There are paddles, there are floggers, there's whips, there's canes. Hell, there's cutting boards in the kitchen. You know what I mean? They're all great. I love them all. But if you were to choose one of your favorites, which one would it be?
To use on myself, I mean, like, of course I can't use it on myself, but to have someone use on me, I would say a 2x4. And that goes back to my time in college.
Now that's spanking, right? That's not like across your face or your stomach.
No, across your ass. Yeah, no, definitely not. This face, you better not fucking touch it. Don't do that. My ass is okay. You can do that. But I will cut your throat out with these nails if you fuck my face up. Capiche?
I have to admit, that's a first.
Yeah.
Most people say like caning or whips.
No, I love a thud. Like, I like a heavy, heavy thud, and I don't like stinging, and that's definitely going to get you that thud, However, now if I am doing the impact play on someone else, I like floggers, and I like just something that's kind of a little bit, maybe the long. I don't even know how long would be. Maybe as long as my arm, but I like to double dutch because that's like yeah, that's my favorite. I like just doing the whole double dutch thing. Yeah.
Do you rhyme like the kids at school?
No, I should though.
Yeah.
Now I think about it. No, I don't think I've ever done that. I usually just put on some like good ass music and just do it to the music, Oh, girl's coming out.
Little John is getting his ass beat. After this, he's gonna suck my feet. All right, we'll talk about music. But let's get into it.
Yeah.
Burlesque. All right. Your style is neo-burlesque. I mean, they have all, just for people who don't know, they have all these different styles. They have gorelesque, where people like cut themselves.
Yeah.
They have nerdlesque, which people dress up like R2D2 and C3PO, and then they dance all over each other.
Random student at a Gryffindor.
Yeah. Sexy Hermione.
Yeah, exactly.
When you
No,
get old,
I had a Harry Potter number, so there was a Nerdless festival in New York, and I had a Harry Potter number that made it in. And so the thing is like I didn't realize there's lots of things I just do because I think it's fun and cool, and then like people are so blown away. I guess because I'm black or whatever, or a woman. Like for instance, so the one of the things I got was a flow wand. And I don't know if you guys know what a flow wand is. It's basically like this metallic looking stick that has an invisible cord that holds to your hand. And so you can do all sorts of crazy things with it. And it looks like the wand is just floating in the air, right? And so I'm a big old hippie. I used to do it at the music festivals and stuff like that. And then I was like, I need to use this in burlesque. So I started doing a Harry Potter number. Spoiler alert, my what do they call it? Golden snitches. That was my my pasties. but I when I went on there, I did the thing with the flow on. I even did it with a broom. Like I started off doing it with a broom, and I got that inspiration from this movie from the 80s. Now I don't forgot. Boogaloo, Electric Boogaloo.
Breaking Two?
Breaking Two. Yep. Electric Boogaloo. Yep. So I got that idea from there because I used to watch that all the time. I was like, there's some way. It can't be magic. He's got to be doing this some kind of way. And I figured it out. And so I did that. I did the flow wand. And people were so amazed. Like, we've never seen a black woman magician ever. Please keep doing this. I'm like, that was never my intention. I just wanted to do something cool. I'm not a magician. I'm so sorry. But
Breaking Two, isn't that like he's walking up the walls and stuff?
I think that might have been in two, but the one that the scene that I'm speaking of specifically is he's coming out of the shop and he's like sweeping outside and he starts dancing with the broom and stuff, So yeah, but I believe the one where you're walking up the wall is also too. Yeah,
I was huge in the Beach Street.
Okay.
Beach Street, and I love the documentary because I'm a huge hip hop fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially like the underground stuff.
Yes, rest in peace, MF Doom. What? I said, rest in peace, MF Doom.
Oh God, yeah. I have all his albums, Danger Doom and Food.
Yes, me too.
That stuff. He became all that Stone Still Records. He became tight with the Wu-Tang Clan and everything like that. Yeah.
I met some folks off of that record label one time. They did a show in a club that's no longer there called Sonar. And I'm going to give a shout out to one of the guys. I met him. His name is CX Kidtronic. And then he approached me later and be like, hey, I'm doing catfight porn now. you want to do this? And he's still doing it to this day. So if you go on, I think on Twitter, actually, if you're on FetLife, he's under Crack Monster. But Crack spelled Krak, because he likes to do a bunch of like wedgie porn and like cat fights and stuff.
And I was thinking when you were talking about Harry Potter, I was thinking of who is the older, like the woman witch who runs the school.
Don't get me to lying. Fuck, not Beatrice. No.
You know what I'm talking about.
The one in the pink. You're not talking about the one in the pink.
The one who's always like, is like a disciplinarian, but turns out good, like in the end. Kind of.
That was not the one in the pink. All right, boy, I don't know. Sorry. I do not know. Can I tell you, I read the book like a million years ago, and then I was pumped because people were like loving it again. I was like, I should do a burlesque number to it, but I do not remember.
When you were talking about it, I had this idea where I was like, what if her and Hagrid had a thing?
Ooh.
And like she used her magic to be like a much younger, woman.
Yeah. Oh man. That would be interesting.
What is the I would think like Harry Potter would fall under nerd burlesque. Nerd
Yeah,
burlesque.
that's nerd burlesque. Yeah.
What's like the definition of neo burlesque?
So neo-burlesque is like an umbrella term. You have the old burlesque that was like popular in the 20s, and neo-burlesque is basically the resurgence of burlesque in the 21st century. We're in the 21st, yeah, in the 21st century. So like I'm basically the first neo-burlesquer. I do dabble in different like branches. So I've done a little bit of nerdlesque. I've done drag or like boy. Well, it's not boylesque. It's kind of like drag burlesque,
Yeah.
drag burlesque. But what my the thing that I stick to the most is called bump and grind or shake dancer. So like in back in the day, black burlesque performers weren't really known as black burlesque performers. They were known as shake dancers. And yeah, so like I do a lot of shake dancing. So it's a lot of twerking. It's a lot of bump and grind motions. It's a lot of like sultry kind of oozing sex and then in your face kind of thing, So that's my style.
That's cool.
With a little bit of comedy sometimes.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, what was your very, very first performance like?
Uh, it was terrifying and it was thrilling. It was at this place called the Red Palace in DC, and I had practiced my number for like a month. Now, let me give you a backstory on my number. It was Light My Fire, but it's not the Doors' Light My Fire. Al Green did a cover of Light My Fire. Yeah. Al Green has a cover of Light My Fire, and it's like kind of soulful, and I fell in love with it. And I was like, my first number is going to be about me and my relationship with weed. I smoke weed every day. Hey, 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 smoke weed every day. So yeah, I smoke weed every day. And I was like, yo, I have to do something about smoking weed. And my first choice was Mr. Magic by Amy Winehouse. But it wasn't working out. I really wanted to do an Amy Winehouse number. It wasn't working out. And then I just stumbled upon the Al Green cover of Light My Fire. I was like, this is fucking perfect. This is perfect. So the number itself is basically I start with my joint and my lighter. Lighter's dead, so I gotta throw it. Take off my glove. Lighter's dead. Throw it. Take off a belt. I just keep taking things off, and I keep finding dead lighters. So I'm almost butt naked, and I find a live lighter, and I light my joint and leave. Right.
That's a great song because Light My Fire. It's just subtle enough to have the weed connotation.
Exactly.
And it's not like kind of being too accessible with the Doors.
Mm-hmm.
So the Al Green gives it some.
Yes. It gives some little soul.
Yeah.
Some umph to it. But yeah, so that was my very first one. So I practiced it for a month and I killed it. Like I nailed it on stage. But like the very fact that I practiced it so much, I just got up there and floated. Like I don't think my mind was in it. Like my muscles was like, we got this bitch. And it just kind of like took over. And I got off stage and like the one girl that was mentoring me, Gigi Holiday. Her name is Gigi Holiday, and she's a burlesque performer down in DC. She was like, "Bitch, you did it! You did so good!" And I was like, "I did." Like, did I do it? I was like, I didn't fall off the stage, so I guess that's good. But no, that was my first. That was my first thing.
Okay, what kind of? Burlesque, just like kink, is always evolving. What kind of burlesque would you like to see in the future that you haven't seen yet?
Oh, that I haven't seen yet. That's a good question. I want to see, but what I want to see is more tribute shows. I have seen tribute shows before, but a lot of the times it's because somebody died. Like after Prince died, everybody in every city had a Prince burlesque tribute show. Bjork's not dead, and I've had a Bjork tribute show, but I would like to see stuff like that. But the way that I did my Bjork tribute show, it was kind of like we tried to encapsulate. It wasn't just a straightforward burlesque show. I tried to encapsulate the Bjork is my favorite artist, and I wanted to encapsulate just her not her image, her essence, basically. So I didn't want it to be just a straightforward burlesque show. It was going to be like Cirque du Soleil. There was going to be some video elements. So like I want to see an elevated. I want to see stuff like that more often. You know, I want to see an elevated version of a burlesque show. I don't want you to just come in there and be like, "This is the performer. Welcome to the stage." Blah blah blah. I want to see like more, you know, technology incorporated in it. More artistic and like wild and out there. A few years ago, I went to Mexico, to Cancun, and I went to this place called oh damn, I forgot what the place is called. Coco Bongo. It was called Coco Bongo, and I was blown away. And I was like, when I get home, I got to make a show like Coco Bongo. So it's just like so over the top and wild, and like we don't see a lot of that here. I want to see more of that. I want to see like out of the box thinking, but also tribute shows. So yeah, that's what I was getting to. The tribute shows as well. I feel like people shouldn't wait until somebody dies to do a tribute.
No, that's
There's so many good. Like I would love to see a Stevie Wonder tribute show. Like I think it would be gorgeous. Like I really think it would be gorgeous. He has so many great love songs. Hi.
Abby M says, "Hi, mistress."
Hi, Abby.
I'm a fan of Bjork too. When you said that, I was thinking of like this crazy, this really wild version of them doing "Army of Me." You know, like have a bunch of people dressed just like you.
Yes.
You know, because it's like there's an army of you.
Oh, dude, that'd be dope.
It's really like boombastic, and you know.
Yeah.
What song did you do it to?
So my song was from she has a movie called Dancer in the Dark.
It is Lars Van Trier.
The absolute saddest movie in all of the world.
I know. Cry my eyes out.
Yes.
She refuses to ever work in movies again because of that.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's Lars Van Trier, the director. She's like, "You're a horrible man."
Yeah, well, I mean, it's art, so like I get it though. Like it was the ending. Like I can't watch it a lot anymore. Like every time, it's like I'm setting myself up for failure. But the song that I did was from that movie. Is I've Seen It All, and yeah, I did. I've Seen It All. But so here was my concept, and this is what I mean. Think outside the box. The song is called "I've Seen It All." You know, she was blind, and you know she's going blind or whatever, and she was like, you know, fuck that. I've seen it all. So in my rendition of it, I made sure that the theater blacked out all the windows, and we set up a whole shit ton of black light lights. And I came out in a white, you know, costume, and as I'm dancing around, I'm taking it off. And so if I take it off, you don't see me though. So I'm taking off like little pieces of clothing, and little by little, and at the end of the song, I'm butt naked, but you can't see me because it's pitch black. And everything that I've taken off, you know.
Definitely. Abby MS, do you have anyone in chastity?
Not yet. Are you interested?
Oh, I think he is. Okay, so for someone who has no experience with burlesque, who wants to try it, right? Man, woman, or whatever gender they identify as, but they have no experience. They don't know where to go, who to talk to. They just love the art form, and they kind of, in the back of their mind and in their heart, think they can do it. Maybe they do it alone in their bedroom or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What advice would you give to somebody with no experience at all to kind of get experience and exposure?
Definitely go to a show. Go to a show close to you. See if that's something that you would absolutely want to do, and if it is, introduce yourself to the people. Make sure you tip. So when you tip, that makes it known. You know, makes it known to them that you're serious and that you appreciate their art, and that you know that's definitely a good way to get in. Tip and then introduce yourself. You know, be like, hey, this is what I want to do. Can you show me the ropes? And if you don't have any burlesque troops or any burlesque personalities in a city near you, hit me up. Like I'm on Twitter. I can guide you to the right folks. I've been doing it for 10 years. So
oh, that reminds me, Kia Puckett, aka Pucks of Plenty. I don't know if you ever heard of her. She she started this burlesque troupe called um, what's it? Bring the Funk or what the
What
Funk?
the funk? Yeah, I think I have heard of that.
Yeah, she's on
Yeah,
Facebook and everything like that. I
yeah, I
interviewed her
think I've heard of
twice.
that.
Yeah, you guys should hook up. I
Yeah,
mean,
definitely.
just because you're burlesque performers. I
Yeah.
mean, yes, you're
It's
also
all about networking. It's all about
yeah.
networking.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it is an all black produced
Yeah.
and all black performer. Which I don't know if you know this, but you're black,
Oh
and
shit. Oh no.
and I think personally the world needs more black burlesque performers.
I
So
agree.
okay, let's talk this. We're gonna talk BDSM, but I got a question especially for burlesque performers.
Okay.
And that's burlesque on a budget. Now, before you answer anything, you know, costumes cost money, makeup costs money. Then there's like all the time practicing, and then there's, if you're putting on a show, if you're producing on a show, the venue costs money.
Yeah,
You know,
boy.
and so what are some ways that you could save money and still, um, you know, give a good show?
Okay, so let's start with the costuming. Definitely hit up your local thrift store. And if you find something that like you like it fits, but it's not quite right, get it. Because then you can like flip it or reconstruct it to something that you absolutely love. Another tip that I don't think a lot of people will tell you that I love is go to your local theater houses, the people that put on plays, like live plays on stage. A lot of times they have like annual yard sales. And so they're getting rid of costumes that are even used on stage. So,
I never.
so like, yeah, I've got a lot of my costumes from Hippodrome, not Hippodrome, from Center Stage, which is a theater down here, and they stopped it a few years ago, but they had an annual yard sale basically where they were just getting rid of a bunch of their costumes, and that was like one of my. I love giving pain. I love it. We can stop and talk about that.
Well,
No, but
okay. Bye. Stay tuned. Let us finish the burlesque show. We'll get back to the pain. Okay.
yes, he is so
The burlesque
eager.
part of the show.
He's so
Okay.
eager.
When it comes to burlesque, out of all the art forms that are sexually expressive, it seems like body positivity plays one of the strongest roles, as opposed to strippers and bars. Not that there's anything wrong with strippers and bars or anything like that. I fully support them. But like burlesque performance, there's short, tall, fat,
Yeah.
skinny, um, every race and culture you could think of. Why do you think that's true in burlesque as opposed to other kind of sexually expressive art forms like stripping, even like cam models? Like there are like large cam models and stuff like that, and or they're amputee cam models. And
Yeah,
so
there's also a burlesque, or there's a few burlesque performers that perform from a wheelchair as well.
yeah,
So like, yeah, I think that is interesting. I feel like with other art forms, you are supposed to project an ideal, like what they assume the viewer wants to see. You're projecting this fantasy of what you think the people are watching you want to see, and a lot of times that means not black or not non-binary. You just have to be, you know, white, I guess, and thin. You can't be like really heavy set. You gotta have all your limbs, like that. So like, or you ruin the fantasy. So
yeah,
like, I feel like with burlesque, it's like, fuck these ideals. Like we want you to tell the story. I feel like it gives that kind of platform for people that are like considered not desirable to get a story across and get their point across and get their message across while still affirming that they're sexual beings.
Interesting. Now, do you wear garters and stockings when you
I do.
Okay, I have a thing for lingerie. As I probably said this before already.
Yes.
But okay, garters,
Mhm.
4 straps, 6 straps, or 8 straps.
I'll say 4.
Okay,
Let's take it
yeah.
off.
Thin or thick?
I like thick.
Yeah, baby.
I like thick ones.
Okay, I say, what about giving pain? All right, let's talk about giving pain.
We talking over here.
What is one of the most brutal things you've done?
One of the more brutal things I've done. Okay, so when I was in the Caribbean, I was at the Caribbean Burlesque Festival in Quito too. And there was a guy there. He was just so fucking annoying. And I'm like, I'm just like a chill person. But this guy like really brought the dom out of me. Like he was really because he would not leave us alone. He was just like, I gotta serve you. I gotta get you these drinks. I gotta do this X, Y, and Z. And it turns out that his friend pretty much like set him out to us. Basically, he was like, "Yo, I see, I know that you're here for the Black show, blah blah blah." He was like, "Would you be interested in pegging my friend here and then whipping him?" I was like, yes, actually, I would love that because he's annoyed the shit out of me for the last 2 days. So I didn't have anything, like I didn't prepare to come down there and peg anyone. So I had to borrow somebody's hand brush, and I just used the handle of the brush, and I just kind of fucked them with it a little bit. But also because, oh my God, I have no idea why, but I packed a little pig nose down there. And I don't know why that was in my suitcase, but it came in handy. It was perfect. And so I made him wear the little pig nose. And I was sitting there, I was like, listen, you better not the only noise I want to hear out of you is winking. You better be winking and squealing. So I'm sitting here fucking with the thing, winking and squealing. And then I tied him up to a tree and I flogged him. And I had some really pretty welts and a couple of bruises. It was beautiful. And then we also did something where he was out on the beach and I was laying down and I was smoking my weed and I would put my blunt out on his tongue. And I think that's the most brutal time I've been. I'm very nice. I'm a very sweet girl, but I mean, if you annoy me, I'll put my blunts out on your tongue and make you wear a pig nose and fuck you with a hand brush and then slice your skin open with some things.
Now, it wasn't one of those sexual butt play stuff. It was like an angry.
It was kind of an angry thing. Yeah, it was angry. It was, you know what? I can't even say it was angry. I know he was satisfied because it's what he wanted. And I was satisfied because it was like, God damn it. What the fuck up? Yes. So it wasn't even angry. It was almost like just a release for the both of us. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So, you're with someone right now, correct? Romantically?
I am not. I am separated. I have a husband, and that's it.
Okay. So
I may have not changed my status, and I probably should. I'm kind of lazy.
Okay. So the kink rabbit hole goes deep. I'm into things now that I never thought I'd ever be into. Like 15, 20 years ago, I never thought I'd own a male chastity device in a straitjacket.
Yeah.
I love your face.
Please tell me more.
More? I'll tell you. When I was a kid, the very first time I ever came, I was going through puberty, and I made a homemade straitjacket out of a raincoat and belts, and I'd wiggle around on the floor.
Shit, yes. That's awesome.
And all of a sudden, I'm like, oh! I thought I broke myself.
Oh, damn. Yeah. That's always a scary moment. Like, this is an unusual feeling.
So, all right.
That orgasm is powerful,
Yeah, the question is, I should have been wishing for good grades in school. Sex magic.
Yes, exactly. If only you knew then.
When I was 12.
Yeah.
Um, excuse me. Um, so with that being said, are there any new kinks that you want to try that you've never tried yet?
Ooh, new things that I want to try. I just kind of recently got into latex. That's not really a kink.
Oh, yo, it is.
Yeah. I was gonna say I just recently got into it. I modeled some pieces for a girl and I really just I feel powerful in it and I just really love it. So latex is one of the things that I want to start getting more into. I definitely want to get into like shibari, like more Japanese type of bondage. I love how beautiful it can be, and
It
I'm
is.
never. Yeah, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just love
I'm
how.
not just saying. Yeah, shibari is art. It
Yeah,
literally.
exactly. Exactly. So I want to do a lot more of that. Like the bondage that I did before, I loved it because it was more of a custom video escape type of thing. So I would be like bound by duct tape and like locked in somebody's basement trying to get out. Yeah. So, but like now I want to do more artistic. Like I said, I'm more sensual, you know. So like I feel like that kind of falls in line with what I do.
Now let's bring it down a notch, but we're going to bring it back up to the happy stuff.
Okay.
COVID. I know a lot of burlesque performers and dominatrixes who were really hit hard by COVID. How
Yeah.
you dealing with it?
You know, I when it first happened, I was a fucking shit show. I was a shit show. I work in theater, so my career was gone. You know, it was all gone, and I tried to like immediately just push through online, and like everybody could see that I wasn't taking it well, and I just kind of like shut down. But I'm doing better now. I started going to therapy, and yeah, I started going to therapy. I started just doing like I actually doing OnlyFans. Like I started an OnlyFans, and that kind of helps me because it's like not only does it make me feel like I'm desirable, it forces me to put these lashes on, keep my nails done, do this hair, so it forces me to do self-care, you know. So if I want to make that money, I gotta look good. So
When I'm not on camera, I'm in sweatpants all day.
yes. Exactly.
All right. Hopefully things. I don't think personally. I don't think things will go back to complete normal.
No, I don't think
You know
so
what I
either.
mean? But I think we're gonna find a new kind of normalcy.
Yes.
Things are gonna open up.
I was
Yeah.
going to say one of the things that I'm happy that they're keeping alcoholic drinks to go. I don't know if they're doing it there, but in Baltimore they were like, "Oh yeah, even after quarantine, you can go to a restaurant, get your little cup or whatever, and you'll be able to leave." I'm like, God damn it! Why haven't we been doing that?
I know.
I'm so glad. Like that's one good thing that quarantine has brought us.
So, okay, when we become somewhat normal or normal enough where, I guess, whether you believe in vaccines or not, but like it's not as much as a threat as it is now.
Yeah.
Like the day has come and they're like, yeah, everything's reopened up, just be careful,
Yeah.
stuff like that. What's the first thing you're gonna do?
Oh, um, either no, music festival is too big. I'll go to a buffet when it gets a little bit more safer. I'm going to a music festival, buffet then music festival.
What kind of buffet?
Oh, like a sushi buffet or a hibachi grill. Yeah, they're so good. I love them. I was gonna say
I
Golden
love
Corral.
sushi.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna say
love
Golden Corral, the
sushi.
sushi buffet.
All right, rapid fire recommendations that they don't have to be kink related.
Okay.
Okay. But they all really deal with creativity. So, all right, recommend a meal.
Recommend a meal. Puttanesca from Grano Pasta Bar.
Oh, okay. Recommend a film.
A film. All right, so the new what was it? That cartoon called Soul. It's pretty
Oh,
new. It was really good. It was just visually captivating. I liked watching it.
the guy who leads the band for a late show is Stephen Colbert. He's in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he won an award for it.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. I didn't know who was behind it.
I think he plays the main guy. I don't,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Recommend a film. Recommend a book.
Recommend a book. The Coolest Way to Die.
Or here's way to kill yourself.
Oh, yes, The Coolest Way to Kill Yourself. Nicholas Tanek. Yes, The Coolest Way to Kill Yourself.
All right. Recommend a television show.
Oh, okay. So I know not a lot of people like this one, but I thought this was a perfect series, The Good Place. I felt like The Good Place.
Great. I cried at the end.
Perfect. It was a perfect series.
I cried at the end. Seriously.
Yes, it was. The end was so. It was perfect. It was the greatest closer I've ever seen in any series finale.
Yeah, it was so good.
Very,
Even Melissa, who's never seen an episode, watched the last episode with me, and she was like, "This is so good."
yeah, it's a good. If you just stick with it to the very end, it's like, damn, this was good.
I mean, it's funny. There are touching, dramatic moments. But it's mainly a comedy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I love how it just makes you think, and then it also brings up all the shit that I forgot about in college. Really?
Well, it also brings up heaven and hell and good versus bad, and just being a good person versus being a bad person, and
Man, I love that was probably my favorite series.
That was very good show. You got good taste. And Ted dances amazing.
Yes, he is. Michael.
Yeah, Ted dances is great. Okay, recommend a song.
Recommend a song. Hold on. This is my new theme song. So my old theme song was Boys Wanna Be Here by Peaches. I think I said that earlier. But my new theme song, I just heard it. It is, hold on, I'm gonna pull it up for you. It's Nina Simone, Do I Move You? Yeah. When I heard that, I was like, yo, this is gonna be my new burlesque number for sure. Do I Move You by Nina Simone. And I was like, I've never heard the song before. I love Nina Simone's voice. I'm using this shit.
Nina Simone's voice is like, it's so heartbreaking.
Yes.
You and not only do you feel what she's going through, but like you totally empathize with her. It's like I felt that way before. I forgot the name of the song, but it begins, "There's a light in every one of us.
Oh,
if I don't have you,
I know that song, yeah, but I don't know what the name. Well, maybe that's what the name is. If I don't have you, but
maybe,
I know what song.
I know. That's one of my favorite Nina Simone songs.
Yeah, I love that one too.
TV show, movie, meal. Okay, now we're gonna play the 3-word game.
Okay.
I don't usually tell anybody about this before the interview.
Okay.
I like to keep it off the top of the dome. All right. So pick any letter of the alphabet. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Right now?
Your choice. Yeah. Well, you don't have to say it, but pick any letter of the alphabet.
Okay.
Your choice.
Okay.
A through Z.
Okay.
And you have to say 3 words of things that you love. Now, one of them, at least one of them, has to be kink related. They all 3 of them can be, but like you love sushi, so like if you choose S, you can use sushi. So yeah, 3 words or phrases. They all have to start with the same letter. At least one of them has to be about kink.
Okay. Let me think. Okay, so the first letter I was thinking about was F, but I don't know. All right, so F. Frankenfurter from Rocky Horror.
I love that movie.
Yes. Frankenfurter. Freedom, because I'm an American. And let's see. Fucking with clear and absolute consent. That's not a kink, I guess, but
Wait, clear and absolute what?
consent.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that counts. I mean,
Yeah.
just fucking, you.
Trying to think if there's any other ones because now I gotta think. But that would be my three, I think. Fingering, I guess. I don't know. Fondling. I like fondling. And I like fingerling potatoes. Fingering and fingerlings.
All right. So what's next for Bunny Vicious?
Right now I just so I want to try to build this, OnlyFans up. My goal, I said this last month, my goal is to buy a house with the power of my pussy. So I am doing everything I can to align myself with a house by the summer. And that means doing, sessions in person. It means doing custom content. Right now, I just got picked up by a seller on Amazon who's giving me free toys to review. So I'll be doing toy reviews on YouTube. And then you can see me review them even further on OnlyFans. So
You can come on here and review them too.
I'm sorry?
You can come on here and review them if you want.
Yeah. That'd be great. That'd be great. I just got my first toy with them yesterday. So I haven't unboxed it yet because I want to do all that on film. But I'll definitely let you know. I have one video up already on YouTube. If you go to youtube.com/oneviciousbunny, it should be in there.
Speaking of links, this is a time where we do plugs. So you said one link, but there's also Twitter, FetLife, Instagram, your OnlyFans, everything else. Promote it all. Go.
Okay, so it's pretty much everything I'm not on Facebook or Instagram, but on FetLife, Twitter, OnlyFans, it's Bunny Vicious, one word. And on the one that I just told you, on YouTube, it's One Vicious Bunny, the number one, and then Vicious Bunny. But everything else is just Bunny Vicious, just like you see it right there. Hold on, right there.
Yeah.
Hold on. What is this? This is like so backwards. So it's like that, but no gap here. No gap. Yeah.
Okay.
No gap. So just one word, Bunny Vicious, and then One Vicious Bunny for YouTube. So yeah, you can find me there.
Wonderful. Okay. Everybody can find me at yourkinkyfriends.com. We have a Discord chat group. You can go to patreon.com/YKF. We're going to have content, I promise. We're going to have a dominatrix cooking show. We're going to have a dominatrix gardening show. We're going to have a dominatrix exercise show.
Oh, shit. Dom's doing all the shit. They are doing it.
And hopefully Bunny Vicious will join some our burlesque panels in the future to talk about burlesque and everything like that. You can find me on Twitter at Nicholas Tanek and at Nick Tanek on Instagram, but I'm not really on Instagram that much. We're at FetLife at Your Kinky Friends, all in a word. I'm on Facebook, Nicholas Tanek. There's a group called YKF, which is private. No one's gonna know you're in there. Just send me a message and so I can add you to the group. It's pretty fun.
All right.
And then we have at Friends Kinky on Twitter and at Friends Kinky on Instagram. Our whole crew is there with all the people who do the podcasts and the writing and stuff like that. And yeah, that's it. So stay on the line, please. I won't waste your time, trust me. Stay on the line and after we're done. But it's getting late, my friends. My Don is calling me.
Aww.
And remember the cardinal rule, everybody. Be cool, be kind, and keep an open mind. Take care.